Welcome to Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered. Tonight, we'll explore a critical reality of contemporary faith, a belief system that often feels secondhand. In a world where we inherit our faith from parents, communities, and traditions, we might find ourselves holding convictions with confidence, yet never truly testing them against the profound challenges of existence. Contrast this with the ancient world, where belief was forged through personal encounters. Abraham heeded a divine call and left everything that was familiar behind. Moses met God in a blazing fire. Isaiah, witnessing the divine throne, felt the weight of his own unworthiness, believing that he would perish. In these ancient narratives, faith was disruptive and transformative, not just a passive agreement. Today many adopt beliefs like they learn a language, absorbing them subconsciously long before making a conscious choice. These borrowed beliefs become fortified by community and embraced as part of an identity rather than a personal journey to understanding. Faith becomes a cultural inheritance, where tradition overshadows the need for personal interactions with the divine. When faith is inherited, it deeply shapes our identities. While this provides a sense of belonging, it can also confine our understanding within the preconceived notions. We assimilate these beliefs without questions, influenced by the narratives crafted by those around us. This creates a double-edged sword. Inherited faith can foster collective purpose, but it can also stifle individual growth and limit our ability to embrace diverse perspectives. The process of inheriting beliefs should ideally lead to a phase of reflection and critical evaluation, an introspective journey to decide which beliefs truly resonate with our personal values and which need to be reconsidered. The implications extend far beyond identity. When modern religion frames faith as a commodity to be shared, it overlooks a fundamental truth. Authentic belief cannot simply be passed down. It must be actively engaged with and personally validated. The ancients understood clearly that each generation must encounter the divine anew. As Scripture warns us, the fathers ate sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge, suggesting that borrowed faith, untested, leads to moral distortions. In a world that values tradition, many religious institutions prioritize continuity over true, authentic encounters. This has led to a brand of faith that lacks initiation. Ancient beliefs demanded trials. Wilderness, exile, silence, and doubt were integral to the journey. Today, such trials are often avoided because they threaten inherited faith. Doubt is seen as a taboo, and questioning is branded as rebellion. Yet, in the rich tapestry of ancient theology, doubt was never about betrayal. It was a threshold to a deeper understanding. Jacob wrestled with God. Job questioned the divine in relentless anguish. Their story shows that true faith is resilient, born from a struggle between belief and doubt. It is tested, questioned, and ultimately transformed. Conversely, borrowed faith tends to collapse under pressure because it is fiercely defended rather than genuinely understood. When faced with crises, devastating loss, injustice, or unanswered prayers, this untested belief is likely to crumble. Individuals then don't abandon an omnipotent deity, but rather the beliefs they never truly owned. This disconnect is often misread as secularization, but ancient theology might see it as a delayed initiation, an authentic encounter postponed for too long. The failure of faith is often not in the existence of God, but in the embodiment of that belief. God is then reshaped through the lens of borrowed faith, becoming a mere symbol, a tradition, or an ideology to be defended. But ancient belief insisted that God must be approached with risks, challenged, confronted, and allowed to disrupt our very comfort. A faith that can't withstand scrutiny becomes a form of control, not a genuine belief, resulting in stagnation. Modern religion often seeks predictable adherence, and cultural faith promotes stability over authenticity. Yet ancient theology urges a re-evaluation. There is greater value in a believer who wrestles with the divine than one who merely mimics the doctrine. The prophets consistently denounced the worship of inherited beliefs, declaring, "These people honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me." The real challenge lies not in possessing beliefs, but in intertwining it with lived experience. In a contemporary belief system, conviction is often mistaken for depth, but perhaps the ancient perspective reminds us that true depth arises from struggle. The cost of neglecting this struggle is clear. We see certainty without resilience, passion without transformation, and doctrine without humility. When belief is defended aggressively, it's often rooted in the fear of losing something never truly secured internally. This creates a fragile foundation. So, we return to a fundamental question ancient theology would pose to modern believers. If all that you hold to be true is given to you, when did you ever have the opportunity to meet God for yourself? Thank you for joining us on Dark Truths, Religion Uncovered. Share your thoughts below. Can faith be inherited? Or must it always be discovered? Your insights are valuable to this ongoing exploration.